Yo, welcome everybody to the greatest combat sports and culture show in the entire universe, the Fight Podcast. I'm your host, the Underground King, Serg, Vicente, and as always, we have an amazing episode for you guys. Today, I have a guest, man, coming on, man. It's a buddy of mine, and I'm telling you, such an important, integral part of the culture, especially at Chicago. This guy, not only is he a fashion designer with an amazing brand that some of your favorite artists have been rocking their gear. He's an author, he's an actor, he's an influencer, and he's an all-around dope dude, man. Let's go ahead and bring on the owner of Greavy, Corey D. Williams, Corey DeMond. We're going to bring the man on the show. See, what it do, brother? Welcome to the Fight Podcast, man. I hope I did you justice with that intro, man. I did.
Man, it was all love, bro. It was all love, man. I appreciate you.
Absolutely, man. Well, bro, first and foremost, man, as always, welcome to the show, bro. Let the people know, man. Like I said, I let them know a little bit about you, man. But please, introduction, like, who is Corey DeMond, man? And again, why are you so important to the culture?
Ah, man.
I can tell him that if you want me to. Don't worry. I can tell him why you're important. I got that.
Yeah. But no, man, I'm just a young black male from the west side of Chicago trying to find his way. Wasn't given any handouts, so I tried to create my own lane. Started off as a model, transitioned to acting, always was into fashion. Started styling and, from modeling, transitioned to styling. Have my own thing, and then decided to create my own brand because I was tired of people capitalizing off my influence.
Absolutely.
And I created my own brand, and everything else just trickled down, man. Honestly.
Well, look, man, you have to tell us about Greavy, man, because I know it said we have the Solid Kid, we have all that, and now we have Greavy, how it's continued to progress. And when I first see it, obviously we see the zebras. I thought Freddie Gibbs right off the bat as soon as I peeped it. But, man.
I was doing it before Freddie.
I know.
I was doing it before Freddie.
Way before Freddie, man. So let us know a little bit. Why, Greavy, why did you pick that specific for your brand?
All right, so my logo is a zebra, one. But it's a specific zebra, which is called the Gravy Zebras. And the Gravy Zebras are known as the imperial species of the three. So it's three zebras. It's the mountain, plain, and gravies. So gravies are like the most closest related to the horses. So they're the imperial species. I try to feel like us as black and brown culture. I feel like we're imperial. We influence the culture more than everyone else does. I feel like we're like, we're very prestigious. As myself, I feel like I'm very prestigious. And zebra's fingerprints are zebra stripes are like our fingerprints. So no one zebra is the same. So compare the imperial prestigious being the number one of all. I just made that into clothing, into me as African American one, and just to create dope, unique pieces that's rare. That's with gravies that are endangered, so it's not that many of it. So create pieces that everybody can't get.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like everybody's like we all like different, but we all great.
I love that.
Just to be unique and cool.
That's super dope, man. It's true, bro. And you do have such unique pieces. It's funny. Right before I had you on, I put the post up on our social media. If you guys haven't checked us out, obviously we're on the Fight Podcast. Check us out on all social media platforms. But we put it online. We said you were coming on the show. Dude, I had 3 people hit me up. Yo, I got some of dude's gear. Yo, my boy, people sending me pictures of them wearing your shit. Literally within,
that's dope.
Dude, literally within 10 minutes of me posting, I had 3 people shoot me a line, man. So your stuff is fly. It is extremely unique. So that works with that specific impression, man. And one thing that's really interesting now, especially with the day and age, everything that's going on, obviously socially in our country, we're seeing individuals and people really talking about black brands, right? And really going out there and putting money and time and energy. Because all of us, we want the Gucci shit, we want everything, but at the end of the day, we have these designers that are like us, that have these incredible brands. Speak to that a little bit, and we're starting to see the growth in that in our communities, and the importance of it.
Right. It's what it honestly it's coming back to where everything began. Like, it wouldn't be these high designers right now without us. without our creativity. Like they basically just culture vultures. They're taking what we grew up after in culture and making it hot. Like
Absolutely.
now, like few years, like let's say 10 years ago, you go into the fifth floor or Saks or whatever, you go in the men's section, and it was all suits and cut and sew items. Now, go to Saks right now. What you gonna find? T-shirts and fucking hoodies.
That's it.
But now the T-shirts are $575 and the hoodies are $1,000. Like, come on.
Crazy. It's so nuts that happened, and the fact that they're going out there and they are being culture vultures and taking it. For you, being someone who's in the forefront of that, you know, partnering with companies like Jameson, for instance, you got to throw your plugs out there, man. Y'all here partnering with dope companies and doing that, and especially within Chicago. Chicago is, especially for black fashion. I think people ain't giving it. People used to talk about Harlem and shit back in the day. Fam, look at the influencers that we
always
have.
had the issues.
You know what I'm saying? So speak
I always
to that.
had an issue with that too.
Please tell me. Come on, man. Just speak up for Chicago. I love this shit.
Nah, because I just feel like everybody just be dick riding New York, and it's just because basically our whole life, everything, the magnifying glass and the camera was on New York, and it was like, yo, New York created this, they created hip hop, they created fashion, they created this, and I was like, yeah, that's cool, but niggas out in Chicago get duggy too. Like a lot of stuff that, you know what I'm saying, just because they had the camera on at the time, you can automatically say, I mean, I started this, or I created this word, or I created this. Like, nah, man. Because a lot of minds used to come to Chicago, try to take our stuff, and then go out there and then be like, I created it.
Right.
Just because the magnified glass was on it. That's just my perspective. Of course, like my influence is yes because of New York, because that's all we had to see.
Right.
If all that's all we saw. Bad boy era. The whole it's to get jiggy, like, everything was that magnified, but like, I looked up to the gangsters, the street niggas. That's who influenced me. That's where I get my style and my swag from. Then it became, when I started watching TV, then it became the bad boy, the whole black leather era, the whole black and white videos and everything like that. But man, Chicago, we got our own style. From you see what Ye doing.
You got Ye with Gap now. You have, I mean, think about Just Don. You got all these dudes from Just Don, Jared Lorenzo, Fear of God. Everybody has Chicago influence, Chicago roots, man. Let's be honest. Be honest with me, man. Do you feel like, especially with black culture, is Chicago the fashion capital of black culture?
Fashion capital of black culture? Man, honestly, I feel like we up there. I don't really pay attention to where, because you really don't know where everyone is from.
Facts.
People originate, you know what I'm saying? You can say we the Chicago, but nigga, half these marks from the burbs. Half these people, like, you know, half these people grew up, you know what I'm saying, grew, so you really can't say Chicago. But our Chicago culture and what we stand for and what that made them, it definitely is.
So your style and everything, you say your influence and your style comes specifically from, like you said, it comes from the city itself. But you also have your notes from other things, yeah?
Like I always said, like my brand, I define my brand as a street class brand. So it's street and class. So you got the street version of it comes from the projects, Henry Horner projects, the Rockaway projects, like from the west side of Chicago, you know what I'm saying? Then you got the Michigan Ave, Oak Street, that type vibe. So it's like a blend of both. So I call myself street class because I was a culture. My mom was able to, and when I was young, take me out of town, take me downtown, but I also would go to my grandma's house in the projects. And you see the street, the heavy, whoever was the man at the point in time, you looking at his style like, yo, that nigga fresh.
Hell yeah.
And coming from him, from any kid, a gangster, whoever, and then tell you like, yo, man, you got style, little nigga. That's everything. That's everything to a kid. Fact. You know what I'm saying? Like that, because the gangster was the ball player.
Yep.
Now, and that's why everybody want to be the gang. That's why everybody want to be street, because that's who was the number one plug. That's the biggest influence in black fashion. I feel like is the streets.
Dude, I love that, man. And now you have people like yourselves, right? You're influenced from that. You know, you're doing everything that you're doing in terms of, again, you're an actor. You've been on all the big shows in Chicago. You not only are you doing that, you're also an author. You've written a children's book that's done amazingly well, brother. Please, what got, first of all, talk about your children's book. What got you to do that?
Well, as creators, man, like what's crazy, the children book was written before everything.
Okay.
The children book was written when I was like in my beginning stages of acting, where I wasn't booking. I wasn't like I didn't book nothing yet, probably big. I was doing like small little indie work and stuff like that, and I was just transitioning, and it was at my lowest. I was working actually at a daycare facility when because nigga was
I didn't
broke.
know that.
Nigga car had broke. Yeah, my car had broke down. Nigga, my whole crib flooded. It was fresh when I was working from Nike, and all my shoes was flooded. And I had like 2 pairs of shoes, like a pair of ones and some J's and some Lacoste shoes or something. It was trash. Like my shoe game was trash. Like, everything was flooded. All my shoes was flooded in the basement. And I had no car. And this girl I was cool with at the point in time was like, "Yo, you should go. You cool with kids? Go work at this daycare. It's money." So as a creator, when you in that environment, you soak up everything that's in that environment. So I wasn't who I was yet, but I was still myself.
Right.
So in that environment, seeing the void, like in fashion, we see like how I create what's missing in my closet. So when I'm in the classroom, I created what was missing in the classroom. And what missing in the classroom was books. One, that kids see a book that looked like them. Two, some of the books that they were reading it wasn't for them. It was like most Disney books be like 1,000 pages with thesis statements on each page, where these kids' attention spans is not long enough for them to understand so we gotta like read the pictures and like describe the pictures so they can understand, because he's reading all those words. Reading all the words to them, it loses them. They gone. So it was a book that we used to read to them every day that they kind of like memorized just off me reading it to them every day. And then coming from where I was raised, my mom used to always tell me like I shouldn't have to tell you things twice. Why do I gotta tell you things twice? And I found myself doing the same thing to the kids, like, yo, why I gotta tell you things twice? And then just being the creative person I am, it's like, yo, I should write a book. What? Like, never even thought about writing a book, but it was like,
that's so fucking
I'm thinking, I'm broke. When you broke, you just think of dope ideas.
Man.
Like,
seriously.
the idea came out of nowhere.
Dog, it
just
breeds creativity, man. That's amazing.
Yeah, man. So it just came to me, man. It took me like 5 minutes, literally. I went in the bathroom on my break, came back, wrote it down. I sent it to my sister, and she was like, what? This is genius. But it took me 6 years to publish it, man.
Dude,
it took me 6 years because you couldn't. Go ahead.
And so now that you're an author, man, you're an author. Not only are you being someone who is an influence in terms of like the influencer status, right? We're doing things with fashion things, but you're actually sitting there and influencing a younger generation with doing shit like this, which you were writing the books, actually trying to enrich their minds and giving them somebody that they can look up to and relate that looks just like them. That's powerful, man. Right. That's so dope, bro. You do, first of all, like, dude, salute to you for doing that. Like, that is like, I don't think enough people understand that. And again, we all see like the fashion and shit. Like, I have to sit there and commend you for that, because not enough people are actually spending the time and taking the time to actually pay attention to the youth and really help out, man. Right. For yourself, being an influencer, being a role model, man. Do you carry that with you on a day-to-day basis? Like, do you feel that at times? Like, man, people are paying attention to me.
It's hard to say like someone say, yo, I'm very humble.
Yeah.
But I am, because I feel like it all can be taken away from me at any moment. Like I literally work with my head down, because sometimes I don't even understand. I don't know how my influence is until how much influence I have until I drop something and it sells out in minutes, or I see people I don't know wearing my stuff. Or like I walk and they be like, yo, you know that Gravy dude? I was like, yeah,
I know him.
And they be like, what? Or like little kids, like I go to schools and they be like, oh, I got that book at home. And I was like, you do?
That's
or
crazy.
It's like little stuff like that. You be like, dang. And like I never just get content and get comfortable in that moment. I just try to go harder, because I have a vision of where I see myself and it's like it's way bigger than where I'm at now. So it's like it's almost more work to do, but it's definitely humbling. It's like I'm honored, man, to even be in this position because, like you said, it was a time when niggas was real broke. It was time when people stand at the crib with your moms. It was time where you was like, I ain't dating nobody because I ain't got no money right now. Or it was a lot of those times. So it's like,
You've
man,
been
it's like
there.
you definitely got to look back and see where you came from. But it's definitely sometimes I have to realize, like, yo, be thankful for that moment you're in now.
Mm.
And you know what I'm saying? It helps you be a better person going forward. And yeah, man.
Well, how about this, man? And that's such a beautiful way to look at it, man. And again, I don't think enough people take their time actually and objectively look back and being like, this is what I've been doing. This is how I'm building, and I got to pay attention to the way I'm moving. We talk
Right.
about Chicago a lot. We rep Chicago. We both from the West Side. I'm humble. You know what I'm saying? We're all you know what I'm
Right.
saying. We got to throw the Puerto Ricans somewhere. They put us all in humble.
Yeah, I love Puerto Rico. Yeah, I went to school with all of them. I'm my
You
homies,
know what
man.
I'm saying? Hey, in my but man, being black and Puerto Rican, man, I get in where I fit in, but
Hey, I say Puerto Ricans is just high yellow niggas.
that's all we
That's
are,
all it
man.
is.
I tell people all the time, man, they just dropped us off and they just dropped us off first. That's all it is.
Too early. Y'all just got off the bus early. Y'all was early, man. That's all that was. We
And you know
still
what?
family, man.
Facts. And you know what? I always talk about people too, and people from Chicago understand this, and people from New York understand this also. Puerto
Right.
Ricans mirror the black experience. Everything from hip hop to everything, Puerto Ricans, we were in the black neighborhoods. So that's why there's
Right.
such a connection with the two. It's because, dog, we've been in the same hoods forever. We grew up together. We listen to the same music. It's a beautiful, synergy between the two.
It's a good blend. Like I see people. Like I had an argument with one of my homies the other day because one of my guys he played ball and he black,
Yeah, yeah,
right, and he ended up dating a Puerto Rican, like married one,
yeah.
and they were like, he dating a Puerto Rican girl, he don't like his shit. I'm like, yo, y'all gotta realize if you was raised how we were raised, we went to school where it's majority Puerto Rican, like your neighborhood was have like how
Puerto
Puerto
Rican.
Rican, yes, your family is, but you can't if we in school this is who he that's what he knows.
Facts.
It's like he didn't went out and go find nothing crazy, but you know what I'm saying? It's just I'm not trying to defend the situation. I'm just saying like, yo, this was something that this is since high school.
Facts.
It's not nothing that he just like I'm gonna go find something foreign or whatever. It's like no, she from the hood as well. It's like the shit though,
Hey,
like
yo,
some chick
uncles,
that just
uncles and brothers, the same complexion as us. Everybody,
right. And when you know her for so long, dog, you forget she's Puerto Rican.
It, it,
And he was like, oh dang, she is.
yeah.
It like because it's just like we never when we growing up we don't even see color like
Facts.
that. But as you got older and with the times, it's like, dang,
It's
all right, I gotta stand over here with my team and you gotta stand over here. It's like everything is separated
yeah.
now. Everything's so sensitive.
Especially
So it
nowadays,
was just that
man.
argument. I was like,
Especially now, I feel like
yeah,
everybody makes everything is so polarizing, man. And I think more now than
you gotta
ever,
watch
we
what you
we
say.
all gotta like come together, especially the black and brown folks of all kinds. Can't be out here fighting each other, you know.
Right. Yeah, they tried. They definitely tried to split us up not too long ago again. Like, what?
Recently,
You couldn't even go. They say don't go to Humboldt area. I'm like, what?
dog.
Yeah, my custom my homie Tino. I get my custom. I gotta go to him. That's my tailor.
I gotta get over
I
there
can't go to Tino.
straight up.
My clothes over there.
So let me ask you this, man. In terms of, like I said, everybody, like you said it in the beginning, in terms of fashion and stuff like that, we look at Chicago, but then people tend to go other places. Um, i- is there a reason? Do you feel like people end up going elsewhere? Or do you think people can actually strive being in the city of Chicago, especially in your, like I said, with fashion, fashion, entertainment, music, everything like that? For you, is this something that you feel like I can stay here in Chicago and thrive?
Um, I would say Chicago definitely be my foundation. I definitely would want like a hub or like a flagship store in Chicago.
Facts.
Just off strength of it's just me, man. I feel like if you can thrive in Chicago, you can thrive everywhere.
Facts.
Um, but the fashion capitals with the, it's just showrooms and everything is definitely New York.
Mm-hmm.
Most of celebrities and everything that goes on usually be in New York and California. So you gotta definitely want to be in with the end. You know what I'm saying? It's
Mm-hmm.
like
Mm-hmm.
because everything is either West Coast or East Coast.
Right.
Either film or theater. You know what I'm saying? Theater, you want to go to New
Yeah.
York. Film, you want to go to LA. Fashion, you want to go to New York, but you could go to LA too because everybody lives there and all the events happen there. So it's like you definitely don't want to be stuck in one city.
Right.
You
You
know,
won't.
you definitely like Chicago. Yeah, I can definitely eat here,
Mm-hmm.
but if you're talking about wealth and you're talking about expanding, you just can't just be in one place.
Well, see, and that brings me
You
to the
gotta be.
next point. What do you see the future of Greavy and the future of your career? What is the future of that? Like, is it the expansion? Is it partnering with other people, or is it just continue just with the grind and building your own fan base?
Honestly, man, my goal, my ultimate goal is like mogul,
Mm-hmm.
being this in like entertainment mogul. Like I
Okay.
be like the Diddy's, the Pharrell's, Russell Simmons. Like that's my ultimate goal. Like when I
Okay.
first started years ago, that would always be my ultimate goal to have to be that Corey mogul, like that beside my name,
Mm-hmm.
wherever it consists of, and wherever industry it goes. And of course, film is my heart. Fashion is my
Nice.
life. So it's definitely it will be everything in one. Like I want Gravy to be the Lacoste, the polo. I
Mm-hmm.
definitely want a brand that transcends generation to generation.
Okay. Well, and
It's
I
just
love that too. And I'm sorry to cut you, but I want you to speak to that really quick. You have done an amazing job of building a brand. And I think
mhm.
people don't understand how difficult that is. I mean, even myself, I'm sitting here, I'm trying to create a brand with the Fight Podcast and the Scrappy
I
Hour.
remember when you first
You,
started, when we first
dude,
met up at the what was it, ice cream spot or something like
dog,
that.
yeah, it was, man. It was,
The
and you
It
know
was
when it
a
was?
cupcake spot, right?
Yep, it was, and you know what, bro? That
Yeah.
was 3 years ago now. That was three
What?
years ago. Yeah, dog. I've been doing this for about 3 years now, fam. Hey, we have this is our you are our 220th episode, my brother.
Man, salute to you
You know what
on
I'm saying?
that, bro.
I
That's
appreciate you, man.
dope.
Dog,
Wow.
we out here potting.
Vision.
Well,
That's what
and
you call
again,
vision.
bro, and that's why I want people like yourselves, man, because yes, this is a fight podcast, but it is a combat sports and culture. You, my friend, are a
Mm,
part of the culture, and that's the thing. The culture and fighting is always intertwined. It's always come together.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And again, bro, we gotta get fighters rocking Greavy, man. We gotta get,
We got to, man.
what's up?
We
Like, when am
got
I gonna
to.
see that when am I gonna see Deontay Wilder rocking the Greavy fit, go into a cage, man, to the ring, man?
We
What's up? We gotta
we
get those
just
at
we
me.
just we just spoke it to existence. So now it's in the atmosphere. Now it gotta happen.
There it is,
It
man.
gotta happen.
So for you, but branding, building your brand, man. How do you go about building that and creating a brand? And what advice would you have for individuals attempting to do something like you are?
Man, you gotta have some type of a vision where you want your brand to go.
Mm-hmm.
In the beginning, like my vision never it haven't teeter totter, it haven't went nowhere. It always been the same since I started.
Yeah,
I wanted to be like my idol was was Puff,
yeah, yeah.
and
My man wanted to be
and
the
it was
mogul.
just
I get it. That's a good one to have, man.
all right. So I literally took Bad Boy like Sean Combs like his whole business plan or proposal and like remade mine after it. And then I always said I wanted to be the Black Lacoste. This was day one. This was always wanted to be like Puma. I want to be what Nike was in the beginning. I want to be that for my generation. Like I don't see like in the future I want to create a sneaker and you never know that my first endorsement might be a ball player. It might be somebody like that's where Nike started. That's
Yeah.
where the car started off. They playing, with the alligator on the first tennis mat. Like everything started from that
Mm-hmm.
one thing. And I feel like with Gravy is the same way. So you got to have a vision of where you want to go, and then you work backwards, and you got to fill in the void of all the steps take necessary to get there. But if you don't have an end goal, if you don't see where you want to go, you're gonna be going everywhere. You're gonna be every time somebody presents you something, you're gonna be like, oh, I want to do it. But
Hmm.
if they're online with your goals in the beginning and you building your foundation, it's gonna get rocky. So you
Absolutely.
definitely got to have a sturdy foundation. Definitely everything has to mean something to you because this is your child. Your
Right.
brand is your child. Like your fight podcast, this is your baby. Your baby
Totally.
is like, you know what I'm saying? What, 2, 3 years old,
Yeah.
and you ain't gonna just give your baby to anybody. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna feed your baby anything, right?
Yeah.
And you can't
Facts.
just like,
Not
hey,
at
bro,
all.
run my podcast. No, because they ain't gonna know how to do all everything you do. They don't know how
Hmm.
to run it how you run it. So that's what the beginning. Like, yeah, you gotta have a proof of concept.
Hmm.
Make sure it works. Like people will go out and just do everything big. Like, man, it's baby steps.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, man. And
So
we
for
always learning.
how has it been in that case again? Because you've been doing this for years on years. You've been building this and doing this. How have you been able to stay focused and continually, evolving and growing your vision, throughout time? Is it just something that you from the beginning? I knew where I was going. This is it, or is it something that really has evolved with the ebbs and flows of everything?
Uh, One, gravy grows as I grow.
Hmm.
If I don't grow, my brand not gonna grow. That's just number one. Like that's just it. I am my brand. Like I am.
Nice.
Like how I am. Like you said, an influencer or like you model doing that stuff. I am. I am what I do for everybody else for myself.
Hmm.
So as long as I'm growing, my brand is gonna grow. That's like, I mean, that's more. That's the most important one important thing right there.
That's amazing.
What yeah. What was the
No,
other
go
part
ahead.
of the question?
In terms of
I
like,
don't.
no, it's all good. It's just like I said, you answered it, man. Just keeping focused while because all of us grow and change and things like that. And I could even tell from when you and I met, which, shit, it's 6, almost 7 years ago now. You know,
Wow.
Dog, seriously. That's just nuts.
It's crazy.
So being able to,
Yeah.
grow in ebbs and flows, I've seen that already, myself into where it is now, and to seeing what you're doing, with Jameson. In fact, speak to that, man. What kind of things what else do you have in the works, man? We see you working with Jameson and doing different things. Explain what you're doing with
Yeah.
them.
So I'm the culture manager for Chicago for Jameson. So it's a program where they chose two influencers of each city
Nice.
to rep Jameson, Martell, Avion. It's under the Pernod brands, and we're doing this like culture managers program, and we just we're given a chance to show the culture through our eyes for each of our cities, and
That's sick.
it's been a blessing, man. It's been definitely an honor working with the Spirit brand. It, a lot of doors open, opportunities, some things you get to do, meet different like mind creators, and it's just dope, man.
That's
I love it.
that's so fire,
Yeah,
man. Being able to see, you associated with a brand like that, it is a really, really awesome thing to see, man. The first time I saw you bust it out, man, I had to go. I don't even drink, but I was like, I think I got some Jameson in this motherfucker somewhere. I know I got some in here, bro. I gotta
that's
rep
what's
it, man.
good.
In fact, like I said, one of these days we had to bring you on the Scrappy Hour, which is our weekly Instagram show, man. And what we do is
Uh,
it's fights, convos, and drinks. So if we ever get you on there, man, we gotta have you on there to talk about some Jameson, talk about some fights, talk
yes,
about some
sir.
music. Say we gotta sit there because, like I said, I'll bust it out, bro. I'll hold it up, man.
Yeah, man, we
I rep
got
for
to.
the
Let's do it. I'm
That's what
with it.
it is, brother. Well, look, man,
I'm with it.
we gonna get you out of here with a couple quick hits, man. And thank you again so much for
Uh,
joining us on the Fight Podcast today, man. Um,
Man, I
it
appreciate you, man.
absolutely, bro. Okay, so if someone was to sit there and look at to know Corey as an actor, if they were to
hmm
take any of your performances, which one should they watch?
Hmm. Any of my performers, which one should they watch? Ah, I sent them first to Chicago Fire. One, it being my first time on TV. Uh, and my first role was I booked Chicago Fire episode 415, 416, I think it was. And it
I
was
gotta check
2
that out.
episodes, and it was that was my first time, so I'm sending them straight to that.
That's what's okay. So they check that out.
Yeah.
Next hit, fashion. Out of the fashion brands not named Greavy, black owned. Who do we represent? Who should we sit there looking like? You know what? They're okay too. Aside from your own.
Aside of my own, I'm going to go with I go with Dan, which is close to me, and I go out. I don't do the clout based thing. One
Okay.
of my close friends, he got a brand called it's Ron Louis,
Yo.
and he's one. Man, he's shorty. He next, yo, for real.
Nice.
Like I'm real excited for everything he do. Like this, I feel like every time he do something, I feel like I won. So Ron Louis is one. It's a brand called Pillars in Chicago.
Okay.
Um, they they doing their thing. Man, you got some of everybody. I love everything that's going on in Chicago. You got what?
Love
Pillars,
that shit. Love
Designer
it.
Junkie, Sweats by Stu, Rich. So who I could think of right now? My man is Blake. Sir and Madam, Joe Fresh Goods, Vita
Cheers.
Morte,
St. Alfred's. I'm rocking one day shirts right
St.
now.
Alfred's,
I'm rocking one day joints
classics.
right now.
That's a Chicago staple.
Man.
Uh, Man, that's right now. It's off the top of my dome right now. If I miss
That's
anybody, that's my bad. But those,
signature
I,
piece for Greavy. Signature piece that people should cop today. If you jump on your website right now, what should they cop today?
just grab. I just say just grab a gravy logo tee. Just grab a
Sick.
gravy logo tee to start with. And
Actually,
when you
I'm gonna I'm
when
gonna I'm
you
gonna grab one this week. I have to.
yeah,
Gotta get one.
and when you get and you see the love you get from the brand, man, you know it's just the beginning.
All right. Okay.
Just the beginning.
So, music wise, what are we listening to right now?
Man, I'm an R&B cat, but I have been
What
listening
we talking
to.
about, man? Me too, brother.
I'm a I'm R&B dude. Black, so it's like however you pronounce it, Black. He just
Yeah.
dropped something. I've been rocking with that. Dirk, I've been rock.
Come
I've
on,
been
Chi-Town
bumping with
stand up. We
Dirk.
know it.
He get cold in every album.
He does.
Lil Baby is my favorite artist right now. Shorty, I'm not a hood trap dude at all. I'm raised in the hood. I'm not other hood.
Yeah,
But when Baby
yeah.
play his music, nigga, I can
It
relate.
connects.
It's an artist. It's an artist in Chicago named Young TT, one of my favorite artists. This cat called Goody. He's
Okay.
dope. Um, Music. I have a playlist because I've been writing a film, and I
Okay.
use this playlist just for inspiration. It's called like Always Love,
Hmm.
and I just listen to this a whole bunch of R&B stuff from back in the day to Jodie Sheets to Summer Walker to Usher to
Hey,
uh,
yo, Summer Walker has some
Brent
bangers, yo.
Fayez. Brent Fayez to everybody, man. So I'm just a lover of just R&B. Period.
That's what's up, bro. There it is, man. Well, look, Corey,
Yeah.
bro, where can people find you? Please give us all your plugs right now, man, so we can send them all your way, man.
Honestly, man, Corey underscore Demon, spelled demon. I'm not a demon, but my mom it's how she spelled it. Corey underscore Demon. You can find my brand, Always Gravy. Gravy, Grevyi. Always Gravy, Grevyi. You can get
There it is.
my children's book at Justin the Good Listener, and that's on all Instagram, Facebook. The website is Justin the Good Listener. Website Always Gravy.
There it
Yeah,
is. There it
all
is,
that.
man. Hey, we got more books coming, man?
Yeah, I'm writing book number 2. Finna send it to the illustrator in probably a few weeks to start on it. Hopefully, it can be done by the next school year or by
That's what's up.
holiday. So,
Well, dude, when that book comes out, bro, I would love for you to come on the show and talk about the book if you could, man. That'd be amazing.
man, you already know we family, baby.
There it is, man. Well, see, brother, I appreciate your time, man. Yo, Cordman of Gravy, just was it? How you
Everything.
said everything? Got all the
Justin, the
stuff,
good
man.
listener.
Justin's a good listener, unlike Serg. So much more, man. Brother, thank you so much for joining us on the Fight Podcast today, brother. We'll talk super soon.
Blah, baby.
All right, brother. Take care now. All right. There he is. That was the man. Corey, look, Corey's an amazing guy, man. I'm so blessed that we were able to get him on the show today. If you guys have not already, let's get just me on the screen. If you haven't already, like I said, check out Greavy, man. Always Greavy on Instagram and everywhere else, man. Look, man, another great episode. I'm always going to be here, man, not just to give you guys all the best fight news, but we also have to talk about the culture, man. I want to highlight amazing people doing amazing things. And Corey's one of those people, man. He's out there, you know, really doing, you know, the work, influencing generations, everything from doing kids' books to sit there and marketing and branding Spirits, a huge company like Jameson, man. You got to show love to a dude like that. All right, with that being said, that has been episode 220 of the greatest combat sports and culture show in the entire universe, the Fight Podcast. Keep your eyes and ears open, man. We have so much more coming on, man. This week, coming up on the Fight Podcast, we also have an amazing standout from LFA. We have pro fighters coming on. We have not one, but two pro fighters coming on this week. We also have Wednesday. As always, remember, each and every Wednesday, we have the Scrappy Hour. The Scrappy Hour is our weekly talk show. That is 7 p.m. Central Time, 5 p.m. Pacific Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, man. Check us out directly on the Fight Podcast Instagram page at the Fight Podcast. Make sure you check out the website, www.thefightpodcast.com. Follow me, the Underground King, at Serg Vicente. Make sure, like you said, check out our amazing guest this episode at Corey_Demond, at Always Gravy. And so much more, man. As always, love you guys. We'll see you next time right here on the Fight Podcast. Peace.